and obviously they won Epicenter. So I would assume that probably buys you at least a few more months, you know. But here's the thing. I would go ahead and predict they don't win tournaments. So, like, I actually do think, yeah. For me, the key thing with that move is, like, from seeing how Nico called the first tournament, I'd give him more time. I'd give him a little bit more time to see if it works. But the Carrigan one, I think you're just delaying the inevitable there. Just get on with it. Like, it's clear he's not going to be in the team. Also, what's the point in him not being the in-game leader, you know?
Here's the thing for me. Let's say Nico turns out to be a great in-game leader. Would you honestly really want him to be an in-game leader? You're literally just...
Well, no, but the problem is
like
they
clearly don't want Carrigan to be the in-game leader.
Sure, but
so
if you are replacing if he said and you are replacing Carrigan, right, and you are FaZe notorious also for buying out expensive players, you probably have the backing to buy a good in-game.
Yeah, but that's the problem, right? Is like,
well, I mean, they've done it before, but do they still want to do it now? Those are two different things.
Since they don't want to do a super tactical team, the problem is they have a limited amount of choices to who you get. Because think about it, right? So MSL's available now. They don't want an in-game leader like that. So for me, their problem is they're so particular in what they want. I can't see how they can get it. Because for me, if I'm trying to figure out someone you could put on that team, has to be like Fallen. Why the fuck would I want Exist on that team?
Well, because they liked Exist when he played with them.
Oh, they might pick that. Yes,
okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, not like I would not.
What is this heel turn after like after 6 years?
Was about to be put.
Yeah, no, but it's like, why is Lopez after 6 years? Like, actually, I love Exist. I think he's brilliant. Yeah, get him on the team. What the hell? Where's that coming from? I guess that is plausible. Yeah, it could happen.
I was gonna say Stewie. MIBR struggling. You know, he likes also individual play. Maybe not as strong as an in-game leader, but
I don't know about that.
But who else would you pick then?
I'd take Fallen.
Yeah, but do you think he wants to move over then?
Here's the key thing for me. Obviously, we have to look into the future. So another lineup I think personally has hit their limit. Some people might disagree on this couch, is MIBR. Like, I've seen them play a load of tournaments now with this lineup, even with Yanko as a coach.
I keep on forgetting that we have Tomi on the couch. Yeah. But no, I agree, right? Because they have been struggling as of late, right? And I don't, you know.
Sure. And the other thing is, the other part that went along with that is one of the people who's the least happy with struggling is called Zera. So if he ends up leaving at that point in time, why not? Like, I mean, obviously contractually it's a nightmare to make it happen, but
he's not leaving.
The point is, at that point in time, these things happen.
Right.
And by the way, every sports org in the history of the universe said, my star player's not leaving. And then when the star player comes to you and says, I am leaving, or I will just not care about your team, the move gets facilitated.
There will be no move, Duncan.
Move almost happened, homie.
3-on-1
Certainly
situation.
did not.
I know in your mind, until someone gets out a pen and signs a contract that was written, there was no move. But that's not the way the Counter-Strike moves work.
I think there are
the Orc's the last person to find out about the move.
There are some legal perimeters.
The Orc is the last person to find out about a move, mate.
I can promise you that move is not happening.
I can believe it.
We have a legal way of stopping any move we do not approve of.
Good luck with the PR of a Brazilian player. By the way, you don't know they have access to an API called Twitter, and they tend to just fire those off without asking the org first. So good luck going against Brazilian fans and the most popular Brazilian player of all time. So I'm just going to tell you that one. Like,
by the way, the team
Via Condios on that one. I mean, remember, you had a legal way, by the way, in Immortals to make your players play in the PEA. So no problem. PEA probably happened, right? Oh, right, my bad. You literally gave up everything that could have been your dream league just because players were talking shit on
there,
public.
So
your boy, Winston, had no problem rolling over and taking that one and saying, yeah, please, sir, may I have another? Into the game now, because enough about the depressing future of MIBR. Going to lose Cold Zero and Fallen in about 5 to 6 months. I'll be getting the finder's fee. I'm arranging the whole thing. I'm actually here just now to scout for information. No. Anyway, this is obviously a huge win for Big to start off with. This is the map that, in theory, OpTic's supposed to be favored on.
Well, they are getting the control back with the second round buy.
If you can just save these guns, so it's okay.
Basically just rush ram, config up the entry, that's it.
You have to do this for Big. This is what we're talking about. Like, you win pistol and then you win second, or you lose second round for CT. It's like the worst outcome if you end up losing all 5 too.
So config off to a pretty good start. He was their best player yesterday. Now just 2 entries, basically rushing ramp. Just 2 entries, won the round for them. Gonna be another buy round because Big saved 3 guns, like you said. So this is gonna be worth the next couple of rounds.
I tell you one thing that does tilt me a bit about CSGO, because of the fact that you never get an explanation for the devs as to why something happens. It's like, bearing in mind we're in a world now where, because the CTs need so much more economy to be able to do what they need to do, why are the CT rifles more expensive than an AK? What good reason is there?
There isn't.
You know what I mean? Like, there's
inertia.
It's not like they have some extra benefit. Like, the good thing on 1.6 was they were so much better at being able to be controlled for spraying that it made sense for a CT to have a gun like that. Where, sure, it doesn't do enough. In fact, it made perfect sense in 1.6 because the AK, super powerful first few bullets. That's what an entry player needs. The person who's the CT has a weapon that sprays super well. It's not even that big a difference in CSGO.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. So I asked this question day one, right, Duncan? And I was like, hey, is there like any stats between the old or like the old economy versus the new one? As of yet, right? Still it's very fresh. But as of now, it's honestly not changed a whole lot. Like certain CT sites have only changed like up 1%.
Okay.
So far, right? I don't know how long this update has been out for, like official play.
Oh yeah, like 2 weeks or something, right?
Yeah, so
like,
there's not a lot
I think
of time,
Epicenter was the first tournament that used it.
So to be clear, I don't think this change is gonna materially change the actual average results of the CT sides. I think, or the score between the halves. I think what it's gonna do is increase variance. So I think we're gonna see more lopsided halves either way, but not necessarily seeing like the average swing.
The big problem for me of that is like whenever you take stats that's like all the matches played over the last 2 weeks. It's like if you play at the low level of Tier 3, you aren't even playing Counter-Strike in the way that Tier 1's playing it. So like,
it's the classic thing that Valve did when they were developing CSGO, and they said like, well, we looked at all these stats, and I mean, I assume you were also in the pro forum back in the days, and we like, we were just posting like, guys, like is the way for us to get changes through is us to team up and go play against scrubs in the beta server and say like, guys, this is broken. Look, MAC-10 is the best weapon in the game. We're beating everybody with this.
But here's the problem, and like I agree with this as well in the sense that like you can't necessarily just create a game solely based on pro player feedback.
Sure.
Because imagine the percentage of pro players, right? But what you can do is like the games that you played, like for example, it's unbelievable to me that matchmaking servers are still not as played the same as official games. You know, in the same rule set, like the same tick rate and whatnot.
He didn't get it.
But they don't base it that way. So they base it off of like, well, yes, for silvers, the A4 is still very much, or the silencer is very much used. I think,
of course,
overall in just all of Counter-Strike, I think they're very 50-50 still to this day. I think that's why we don't see that change either.
Whereas in pro play,
in pro play, it's like what, 80-20 right now?
Probably
even
worse.
Less.
Yeah,
you know?
and if you look, it's very specialized. Like, you know how many have like got beat. It's like the in-game leader uses it because he's going to try and play around sound cues and like he's got a very special reason to. Oh, he's just not as good a player and he wants the easier spray. Like it's not. Put it this way, the key thing for me is, I think the only top player who uses it is Forrest. I think he's the only one who still uses it. The only like star level talent I believe who actually does.
And even he sometimes goes back and forth. It's not like he's been consistently using it at all times. He sometimes goes into the
whereas like the problem with the economy thing for me is like, sure, it's great to know what like the random 50th best teams results are, but I'm more worried about when like Team Liquid plays FaZe Clan if one team's getting a mad advantage from this economy change, because that's my world. That's what really is going to be the big change for me.
I don't think at the first entry again.
Because what I don't like about the economy changes, I've seen so many times, it's always the CT set that's getting punished because they need more money. So many times where basically, by the old rules of the way you play the game, they've done what they should do. They've won the rounds. And yet somehow, because not enough of them stayed alive or they allowed one bomb plant, they're in a scenario where they actually have a weapon by disadvantage. The other team has all the AKs and armor, and they have like, a Farmaster, UMP, a couple of flashes. It's like, what have they done wrong? By what they have to not only win a round, but keep everyone alive and allow no bomb plants. That's like too tall a task to ask of someone who's a CT.
I mean, I think the way you counter that, I think, is you make the first round win bonus slightly larger. The same.
Yeah,
way
that was my idea. Is you make the CT, make the CT bonus more.
Yeah.
Another angle I thought you could go with, if you really want to encourage exciting play, is make the bomb defusal bonus bigger. That way you even encourage people to go for some like risky 3v3, because if you get it, that's how you change the game around. Because at the moment the problem is, like I say, another reason you're going to save even more as CT is because you need to keep people alive. So even if you lose the round, you need to keep 3 people alive with some semblance of guns to be able to buy for the next. So you're actually, unfortunately, early on, you're going to encourage people to force buy. Later in the game, you're going to actually encourage people to save.
Yeah, that is true. And even keeping 3 alive is only good for 1 more buy. You're still broke.
You just wreck the next round, Like you don't even trade for that much.
You basically need 4 people to survive for you to have any money if you lose the next round. And even that might not be enough for a buy, depending on how much you have.
Because at the moment, the most depressing thing for me in the CT economy is you can also get scenarios in the middle of a game where you win a round as CT and your economy's broken. And it's like, man alive.
Another save round for Big. OpTic off to a pretty good start after losing the pistol.
Yeah,
this basically now looks like a 9-6, 10-5 type half for
No, this is like the worst outcome for CTs.
You know, one of the weirdest things I've noticed as well is when they brought Nico into this team, my immediate assumption was like, right, the guy basically just played hard entry for North. So
yeah, so he should be the hard entry. Config goes in second.
He's going to be the bait for Config, and Config's going to clean up these games. Dude, you know how many times I've seen Config goes in first?
No, we asked him about it yesterday, actually.
Okay, what did he say?
He basically just said like he thinks that's the best way for their team to win. So
yeah,
from the eye test, it isn't. But maybe maybe they tried it out in scrims and he knows better than me. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but the eye test doesn't show it. Like I think his game has been massively inhibited.
I would rather just have Nico go in first, even if he dies, it'll be much easier for Config to clean up, and I'd rather have Config left alive later on in the round. Not necessarily because he's the smartest player in those situations, but because he has so much more skill than everybody else.
Because in this team, I feel like his aim's a bit wasted. Just think about it, right? If you have pinpoint first bullet accuracy, that sounds like that'd be awesome for an entry player. Not for the hard entry. Half the time, remember, you're not even getting a shot on a guy. Someone's shooting the side of the head. Exactly. You don't get a chance to use that aim.
Exactly, No, that's the whole thing. That's why you always put your star player second. Like that's why Cold Stare, he either lurks or he goes second, same with fourth. You know, like all of these, you want to utilize their aim.
That's an example of a pet peeve I have, by the way, because this is brought up in that video I released the other day about when Simple doesn't have the AK in Na'Vi. Another common excuse that people give is like, oh, but actually Simple himself said he shouldn't have the AK and he's just going to use a Deagle this round. It's like, you do realize there's a coach and a fucking in-game leader in that team. How about they go, okay, Simple, I appreciate the sentiment, but we are going to give you the AK since you are the best. But it's the same thing. It's like, Config, you know what, you're a great teammate for saying that about Nico and that you'll go first, but you will be going in second. And Nico, that is your job. You see this check I'm going to put in your bank here? Yeah, please do what I say. Thank you, and have a nice day. And then Config's like, yeah, but I think that Nico... Okay, Config, have a smile, a coke, and shut the fuck up.
Dude, this is the same as this round before. What round before? And Config is just...
This is too easy.
Yeah, this is deathmatch.
What is this?
Right now.
He's on one now, isn't he?
Yeah,
it's because also he started so hot in the game. So I think he's on like 11 kills now, so he's going to tear it up if they don't do something. But that's actually where... I'm very interested to see how Big responds now, because obviously they're going to be in a really bad economic situation, so like forcing here looks terrible, no matter even with the win bonus. It's still not going to take... That's the other thing as well. We've now gotten the game, because just in the meta of Counter-Strike, economy is so much more important because of all the utility we now all use. It's now also gotten so that even the maximum loss bonus isn't that great. Even that sometimes doesn't get you everything you want.
Yeah. No, I mean, it doesn't. It's 35.
But that was supposed to be the whole comeback mechanic, wasn't it? It's like that got you back in the game no matter what. Because look at that. They've just lost all these rounds in a row.
Yep.
And that's how much money they've got.
OpTic's doing pretty well.
Because the thing is, the reason why
they're just like running over Big. It's not even like they're winning close rounds.
You would think Big would be amazing at this map. Like they're one of the best utility usage teams in the game. You could do so much to wreck a T-side on this map if you know what you're doing.
The problem is they're just getting run over by skill right now.
Here we go. Go back to config, homie. There we go. Keep it on this. Because they're going to wait for him to take a fight, so... Oh, the guy's coming secret.
We'll see.
Is he going to get caught in the back?
Oh.
Oh, that's big.
God.
That is big by your boy Smoomware.
Did Nix not see him? Crosshair was right on him.
And after all that, not exactly in a great spot, it's unfortunate.
No. Bomb's still down, though. That's the chance for Tabson.
Shame he doesn't have more HP.
This is pretty smart, though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure they don't check you here. So
no, there's no way.
This is pretty good angle.
It's really good position.
His problem is, like, yeah, he gets the first guy, but if OpTic plays it smart, the second guy knows where he is after that.
I think it comes down to who peaks first. I think if Yugi's left alive second,
how does it? No way. That's so unfortunate. That is so unfortunate.
That is really unfortunate. That was really well played by Tabsen. It's a good risk to take. What I was gonna say is if he killed Cage and B first, then I think he wins because Yugi's not gonna hit that shot with an up. But I think it's the other way around. Then probably he gets traded.
Yeah. Still a pretty solid round because all they bought was the like Deagle and P250.
Right.
Problem is they did spend enough where after this round they also have 0 money. So again, if they lose, they again cannot buy. I think that's the things people overlook sometimes on the CT side when they're losing is they think as long as they're good for the next round, that's fine. Whereas if you actually just save some money in the bank, then you can buy regardless.
That's why I get so...
Because the money does carry over, you know?
That's why
guys,
I get so
the money carries over.
By the people where we're all on 2.5k, so we're just going to do a save now. And it's like I'm on 4k, so it's like, right, well, I'll just buy like a scout or something, and then it's like, what? You know that money might be useful later in the game, right? We're not always going to have even money. That is actually a really illogical concept, you know. Because let's face it, one scout and pistols isn't going to win the round. Like you can just go ahead and predict that already.
It's the same thing why people for the longest time played anti-eco rounds like morons on all teams because it's more fun.
Of course.
Like that's all it comes down to. It's more fun to have a scout than to save.
Like, you know how many people didn't get it when I did that video about how pro players don't know how to save their guns? One of the points I made was that you'll even see pro players gamble a gun they're trying to save to kill an AK of a guy who has like $9,000 in the bank. It's like, you know how totally illogical. You're not trading anything. You're just trading your gun for a gun he's going to buy anyway. Like you haven't really limited his economy on that one. Like that trade makes, like, to use the old Trump meme, this is the worst trade in the history of trade deals. Like, that's what you're doing right now, homie. And the point there is, like, I'm not even saying the player's an idiot. It's just he hasn't really factored in what he's doing in the longer run. He's just thinking about, if I kill him now, like I've got good aim, bro, I'll kill him in this shot, you know.
And also,
it's them
thinking like, well, you know, I'll kill him and not die myself.
Of course, yeah, he's been optimistic. Yeah. No, but the problem people don't realise is it's not that the pro player's an idiot. You know how many sportsmen would make constant basic errors like that if they didn't have a coaching staff just drilling them, like, you know, don't do this, like, watch out for the defender who's coming behind you, like, you know, pass at this point. The whole point is that we have that amazing infrastructure in sports. That means that they know these things, you know.
By the way,
Tabsen is too easy at the moment, isn't it?
Tabsen was opping on behind CT vent, and they had double ops on CT side. That's what they saved for. Double ops and an op behind CT vent. And now again,
this is looking like they can't even get to 4 rounds at the moment.
Look, now they're again Deagle armoring, so they're down to 2k.
This, they could have double bought next.
Yep.
This is seriously bad.
I mean, basically this comes down to, if you think you have a decent CT side, just save and then try to win gun rounds. Don't just continue semi-buying. You're not winning these rounds if you're losing with guns.
And the key thing here is what's going to happen in this series that didn't happen when they played the last time is because Big managed to actually win Nuke amazingly, it meant that it didn't matter that OpTic won Dust 2. In this world, if OpTic wins this map easily, they're playing with house money when they go to Dust 2, mate. Like, yeah, it's your map, but
and they're looking really good, by the way.
They have a chance to win it. So
look at Config.
Yeah, Config is just
Config is 15-4 with 3 assists after 10 rounds.
And he's been, again, playing as entry.
Yeah.
Like, first guy in.
No, he's been running first everywhere, just slaughtering
people. This is
people.
also a map I've noticed where Smooya has a hard time getting into the game, actually.
Well, because that's what we talked about before, right? It's very hard to be very effective as an operator.
He's actually not. Here's the problem he has as well. Is he is another player who's not very good at a rifle.
Yep.
You just don't see much when he gets on one.
I mean, it's not that like. That's why the hybrid operators who turn into...
Watch this.
No, what are you doing, Tabsen?
Oh, that
was a mistake.
You're down 1-9 and you're going for the knife.
Hey, he needs some money, man. I gotta find the deagle after.
I will say as well, by the way, what the bad thing about that move there is, like, so when we had Steel here and he was wrecking Kenny S, right, about all that stuff, he was wrecking Tabsen for that. It was a pretty stupid play, actually. That was like a guaranteed 2 kills if he gets the first one. Second guy would take a long time. Because think about the guy who dies there. He's above me on the red box. It's like by the time he said that, you've already...
No, I mean, that's guaranteed 2 kills.
Yeah.
And he probably lives as well.
And the money from the knife's not really that big a deal, you know, to get.
Listen, it's 1-9. The extra money isn't going to make or break the half. Just take the 2 kills, potentially lock in the round, and then try to string 5 more. Or 5 together at the end.
No, he got too horny on that one.
Well, welcome back.
At least they got the kill on config, so there's still a chance. Back to Trace in the studio.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much. No, I'm kidding. Well, this is a landslide. Get it? Landslide.
Yes, it has been.
Ooh, that's an unfortunate timing. Smooya rotates out of ramp just as OpTic takes it.
Look how much damage that just did.
I mean, you ran back. It's fortunate.
The grenade physics are rough for anybody using the grenades, not the ones taking damage.
Oh.
They're not going to expect this at all.
It's plenty smart. Nicely done.
I guess they did not have a kit at all. They must have not had a kit at all, right? Because he would have not been on that if that was the case.
And by the way, I think like a lot of the moves.
The odds are so big. The graphics were not prepared for 4 digits.
Whenever it's like 4 digits, you can't do it.
So Tizian is the only guy with a kit. Where did he die?
Like, even though a lot of the North
he died lower behind the door. He got the kill as OpTic were entering lower.
Might look like they don't make sense to people. All of them have been criticised. So Magus, Config. The one move that I do think they absolutely, even when they did it, I thought was the wrong move completely, was kicking Cage and B. Because if they'd have had this player on a rifle in their team right now, their team would just clearly be a stronger squad. Like, he is... Bear in mind, he's not he doesn't even have the ego, by the way, where he's telling you, like, give me all like resources and make me a star player.
He's a good player.
He's a perfect veteran
a good player.
to want in your squad, you know.
No, Cajun is really solid, honestly.
What a dumb move that was.
If you can have Cajun as your, fourth best player, third best player, he's a good player.
Yeah.
He just can't be one of the top 2 weapons if you want to be, one of the best teams in the world. That's the problem.
But what a solid veteran this guy is, though. Always performs
he's
pretty
really
much.
Good.
Yeah,
he's a really good player.
I say Cajun, you say...
B?
Is
B?
It lives on forever. I might even call this a big disappointment, Duncan. What do you think?
Depends if you like big or not. You like big things?
Christ. Never a dull one around here.
No, exactly. Tabson's not having a great game today.
No,
it's just not his day.
Particularly pushing around the T-Red is not working out for Tabson.
As soon as I saw those first bullets of the spray veer right into the metal box, I was like, it's not your day today, mate. You know what? Just give it up. Like, that's the gods just telling you, like, yeah, you've had your time.
This reminds me of the G2 call game yesterday in Dust 2, where, G2 were just completely wrecking them, but then the other team, Complexity, in that case, got into the game in the second half a little bit, got warmed up, and then all of a sudden they wound up winning maps 2 and 3. So that's, if I'm OpTic, I'm not so much worried about winning this map at this point. I just want to make sure that I don't even let Big get into it.
Oh, of course.
Make a statement here on map 1.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I think God B has like 2 kills as well in this game. It's not a good one.
Yugi's pretty low, so next is a chance. Wait, doesn't he zoo? Oh.
Like, the difference between the 2 teams on this map has been that, like, yeah, OpTic's AWPer didn't really get in the game. Problem is, you have 2 AWPers on the side of Big, because normally Tabson uses the AWP when he can at the moment, I've noticed in this team. Smooya hasn't got in the game at all. Tabson did okay, and even then, like, 3 of those were from that pistol round that he had. So, like, OpTic will take that trade all day long. We'll just neutralise all the AWPers and play a rifle game. Oh, what's that? We basically got a team full of rifles anyway. Sound. We'll take that.
And absolutely no money for Big, because only one of their players survived. So if they lose this, it's
come on, God B. Can't you have that MP9, mate? Come on, homie. Do you need that M4, did you?
Homie.
Big homie. Oh, there we go. There's a round. Not over yet, though, because of that 3 health. That's the thing. If Cajun plays this well, it's winnable. Oh, if they let him out. They fucked that up.
He's got the bomb as well.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Damn.
Just did not expect anyone that close.
There's the guy with 3 health as well, if he gets a shot off. Oh, that's one for big.
Well, 3-11. I mean, it's not over, but...
That was uncomfortable, spending that much time on a big one. Just factual. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, it's nothing. It's pretty much...
I'm not used to that.
Calling it how you see it.
I normally try to hop off as soon as I can. Get shit going. Get popping.
Christ. Well, this half is slowly but surely coming to an end.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Is that a basketball player?
What, this? No. When I went to that Jack Ryan thing, my suitcase didn't arrive, right? So I didn't have any like clean shoes or anything. So I go to buy these in the Adidas store. It's like Parley or something like that. Anyway, it's supposedly made out of plastics from the ocean. So
pretty cool.
Giving back to the environment. Some
right. That's pretty nice.
It's very nice of you, Trace.
Not just cutting down these trees, also saving the ocean too.
I love that. Need to see that.
Spend a lot of your time thinking about trees?
Time to time, some might say.
Yeah.
Not any more than anybody else, though. So
no.
Just an average guy watching some Counter-Strike.
This is a big round if Big can win it.
Nice shots by Cajun.
A bit late now, but...
Yeah, it's over.
Like, this is game over. Come on. There's no way you run back that many rounds.
No, you just don't. Still some meaning in the second half, like I said earlier, in that you just don't want to let Big get into it. Because if you close out the first map, say, you know, like 16-3, and then you win the pistol round in the second map, then all of a sudden Big's in the territory of like, hey guys, like, we're really not in this game. Also, they did win the pistol round and they finished with 3 rounds, CT side of Nuke. It's rough.
Yeah.
Convy got a fantastic half.
12-3 is a pretty stellar performance in the first half here. Dare I say.
Loving these odds.
Yeah.
You're not even making money at this point if you're betting on OpTic. I think we need to do some jumping jacks or something.
Why's that?
Not feeling it, Robin.
Yeah, what's up with that, Robin? Where's that coming from?
You know.
It's kind of really out of left field, some might
No,
even say.
no. I'm kidding. The second coffee here. After that, we're just rolling.
Man, did I miss that?
You did miss that, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
We are.
No kits for OpTic.
Yeah, 5 armor.
Yep, and 2 sets of utility for Big again, as usual.
It's unusual that they don't play aggressive here then with no kit player.
Really can't afford to get the bomb planted here unless you just have a big advantage at that point.
I wonder if I feel like they tried to do this yesterday as well, right?
Just close the door on them, bucket.
Hello, have you heard the good news about Olard? Oh, well, tough call. Next one it is then.
Yep. Would have been better if they had closed the door.
Nice.
Oh, no.
Everyone's a critic, I guess.
How did Snappy get 2 there? That just about sums up this first map thus far.
Oh. Well, can they do it?
Smoke in the side. Get the bomb planted, please. Don't smoke the door. It's not helping.
Too easy.
Well done.
Yeah, that's gonna be a wrap. Back to you in the studio, Trace.
And they get to keep all the armor.
Yep. Nail in the coffin here.
That's another thing that I would also change. Here's another very small thing that they should change about the CT economy. Why, if I take any damage, do I have to buy the full armor after that point in time instead of being able to just upgrade the helmet?
Yeah, that's fine.
There's another change you could help.
At least have a threshold on it. You know, like it could be 80 or whatever.
Because if I survive with some armor, at least give me a break.
I think you just pay the full price and you get helmet down to the same level. So if you're at 97, then you get re-upped at 97. I think that's...
I mean, that's fine. Yeah. I don't think people necessarily care too much about that anyway.
Because that would help, that would help you for the second round.
Right.
That would help you for the second round because then you wouldn't get headshotted as easily from the pistol. So I think that could actually be...
These are ones where it's like, it's not going to break the game, but it'll make it a little bit easy, you know, and also it then encourages me to do a proper save and to not be an idiot.
But also,
you know.
Tommy, I don't feel like it doesn't really matter if you put it on 96. Like, how often in this game do you see, oh, I got to rebuy my armor because it's running out? You know, like, I've been shot so many times I haven't died where I have to rebuy the armor back to 100.
I remember that happening to me back in the old days when I played like 5 times ever. It's like one of those where you just never die.
No, that's what I mean. So yeah, exactly. So like to the point, does it really even need durability at this point? You know,
the only problem, Robin, is that I think Valve wants you to buy second round and they want you to win the second round. They don't particularly want it to be, you know, they don't really want to encourage the other team to save. They want to encourage buys.
Is this the one we ended up getting? What is this one?
Someone just tweeted that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that same guy who was doing all the ones at Epicenter?
Yeah.
I think his name's like Wet Coast Life or something.
Yeah.
Is that the one, Wet Coast Life?
Yeah, Wet Coast Life.
His were good. He did all these movie posters where he edited us into them.
No, but Tommy, to the point, because you would assume, because Valve just loves to get people to use their weapons and everything else in the game. But armor, I feel like, has just been overlooked by Valve for years.
Sorry, I'm looking at the movie poster. I can't.
All 3 are on their phones.
No, we got a little bit of phone situation to the right. I'm not on my phone.
Listen, you started this and you did not show me the poster, so...
That's true, yeah, that's actually pretty BM.
Fair enough.
So I had to go look it up myself. That's negative points to Trace.
All right, I guess we should start keeping points around here. Might as well have our own little game within a game because there isn't much of a game going on in front of us.
Things are just not working out for CTs pushing outside. Oh, no.
It was blind, to be fair.
What?
What the hell?
He must have been flashed. Next must have been flashed at 2. There's no way he doesn't hear Cajun just
What a weird round. Yeah, how did he get 2 kills?
He's still alive. That's crazy.
I have no idea what's going on.
Smooth's already down lower.
Huh? Cajun's still out here. He's still by T.
Look at this guy.
Why is no one peeking him?
He's about to ace.
What's going on?
Give him one more, Smooth. You just feed him.
If you want to see what we were referring to,
game Cajun is having.
Just go to Twitter. Like me and Tris just retweeted it now because there's a guy who's done some movie posters, and the good thing is you can tell he's actually put some time in because he tries to find a picture of us where like the head angle fits like the angle you need for the poster. So they actually look legit. Like they're pretty good. It's not like just some hatchet job in MS Paint or something.
Hatchet job.
No, I liked it. It looked great.
Shout out Wet Coast Life.
Like the one he did where it was the Boys in the Hood one, and Stunna's like Easy or something. No, it was like Ice Cube.
Is this the guy that does
Jerry Curl or whatever. Like, it looks wild as fuck, doesn't it? The hair looked amazing on that, didn't it?
Yeah.
No, he did a bunch for the last event we were at as well.
Right. Okay, that's cool.
It's legit.
Like a good movie poster, and like a good neighbor.
And that is a good movie. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Recommended.
Those Boys in the Hood.
Supposedly they're making like another movie in that series or something, I think.
Yeah, it's Stunna and Thorin's Excellent Adventure.
That's the one.
The one. Only pistols on the side of Big Clan.
Very lopsided game so far. It feels like Cajun and Config just beat Big themselves. Speaking of...
yeah. Another entry.
Which is
and
kind of convenient.
All their nades too. Oh my god.
Which is convenient because you do know the #1 thing the big players get triggered about me mentioning when I analyze their team is they get really triggered when I say that their team doesn't have enough firepower.
That is the one thing people tend to get very defensive about, no matter who it is.
Which is hilarious, by the way, because Like, if you go to a sports team and, you know, they have like a weak, like it's an NFL team and they don't have the best receivers, they're not just going to be like, no, actually we do. It's like, well, no, they just accept it. Like, no, we have a good running game or good defense. You know, whatever. You take whatever your strength is. You don't have to just be like, no, every area of our team's good. It's like, come on, man. It's just not like either that's bravado and you're just bullshitting me, or even worse, you really believe that in your team. And by the way, I do think Big believes that, because let's see what happens on Dust 2, because another thing I criticize about their team is they can play a lot of maps. They have like the wide map pool. Mm-hmm. In terms of like depth, they think that all the maps they can play, they're also super deep on it. We're really good. It's like, I don't know about that, mate. I'd give you like 2 or 3 you're pretty good on, but once you get outside those, I think it gets a bit slim pickings.
The problem is, Duncan, when you were talking about like the individual skill versus, you might be good at something else, we've always only had KDA in CSGO up until recently. There's only just recently we've seen like the flash usage, the nades and stuff. If this would have been around even 2 years ago, I think you would have seen less emphasis on that. Of like, oh, dude, well, you guys are not that good individually. It doesn't mean that you guys can't win games.
Sure.
Right?
Cajun and Config had as many kills together as all of Big combined.
Really?
That's a KDA stat for you.
Well, that's impressive. Well, Stunna, you know what to do.
Yeah, I know what to do.
Back to you, Trace.
To get us out of this moment, but also tell you to head over to bts.gg/store, buy some merch on your way out. And on your way back into our next map, it's going to be Big Clan and OpTic fighting for their spots in the grand finals of the CS Summit. We'll be right back.